So when Quinn Martin made a kind of a slight comeback on NBC for his thriller shows in this series, boys, he had no chance up against his time slot counterparts. But this show was tremendous. A lot of people see it as one of the best anthology series to not last more than the season of the 1970s. And we're going to talk about the 1977 version of this, not to be confused with other versions. It's called Quinn Martin's Tales of an Unexpected. Now, our good friend of the channel, John Walsh, who made this request. Thank you, John, yet again. Now, Quinn Martin's Tales of an Unexpected is an American horror and science fiction anthology TV series produced by Quinn Martin, who also did The Fugitive and myriad other shows. It was hosted and narrated by his voice, the voice of The Fugitive, William Conrad. It aired from February 2nd to August 24th, 1977. Now, Quinn Martin's Tales of the Unexpected did air in the United Kingdom as Twists in the Tale. Now, Conrad hosted and narrated the show. Unlike the majority of series by Quinn Martin Productions, Quinn Martin's Tale of the Unexpected did not have an announcer speaking during the opening credits. Now, the stories told in the show are of a horror and science fiction genre. Each episode consists of a single macabre story of the psychological or the occult that explores the vicissitudes of human nature. As its title suggests, each story has an unexpected twist or sting to maintain the suspense until the very end of the episode and demonstrate to the viewer that one's life is full of twists and turns that cannot be anticipated. Now, writers include Richard W. Fielder, Nina Lemele, Carol Saracino, James Schmieber, Arnold Somkin, Ken Travey, Earl W. Wallace, John Wilder, Robert Malcolm Young, directed by Harry Falk, Walter Grauman, Curtis Harrington, Richard Lang, and Alan Reisner. Again, theme music by David Shire, and the episodes were 60 minutes each. Appeared on NBC, of course. Now, each episode begins with the everyday images from various episodes of the show, suggesting that the unexpected can be found anywhere, including the most familiar and common places. After the opening credits and episode title, Conrad in a voiceover discusses a general topic and then relates it to the central character in the episode, sort of like a serial introduction. The story involving the character then unfolds, with the character facing a horrific situation that ends with unexpected twists. At the conclusion of the episode, Conrad returns with another voiceover in which he explains the episode's sting or twists and then applies the story to the general subject first broached after the opening credits. Now, 8 episodes were produced, one of them 2 hours long and the rest of them 1 hour long. Now, in the 1981 nonfiction study of the horror genre Danse Macabre, the horror fiction novelist Stephen King mentioned Quinn Martin's Tales of the Unexpected, writing that it was interesting and citing in episodes and when a murderer sees his victims return to life on his TV set as particularly frightening. The program drew negative responses from critics. American TV standards of the 70s required limitations on the amount of violence that could be depicted, with too much emotional intensity defined as a form of excessive and unnecessary violence. The show thus had to limit its emotional intensity while filling an hour-long format, leading to what critics describe as sluggishly paced stories that lack many frightening or eerie moments. The show also was criticized by American literary critic John Kenneth Muir for a lack of originality. Muir wrote that the show tended to reuse already familiar horror story ideas. Some of them were considered old as long as several decades earlier. The 2 episodes, Muir said, were unacknowledged remakes. The Force of Evil copied the plot of Cape Fear almost exactly, while the Nomads reworked the plot of Beachhead, the pilot for the 67-68 TV series, The Invaders. The episode A Hand for Sunny Blue drew harsh reviews not only for recycling a plot that had been used frequently before, a transplanted limb having an evil character of its own, but also for ending with the twist that the entire episode had been merely a dream. Now, Tales of Unexpected premiered on February 2nd, 1977, and aired on NBC on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. until March 9th, competing in its time slot with Charlie's Angels and Beretta. Wow. Due to low ratings, the show went to a hiatus for 5 months and returned on August 17th, airing 2 more episodes in its original Wednesday time slot before its cancellation. Now, on November 29, 1978, NBC aired a 2-hour movie entitled Someone's Watching Me, produced by John Carpenter and starring Lauren Hutton, David Burney, and his paramour Adrienne Barbeau. Although NBC promoted it as Tales of the Unexpected special, The movie was instead produced by Warner Brothers, and it was unrelated to the series, which at the time had been off the air for over a year. Now, the final chapter, key actors include Roy Thynes, Tim O'Connor, Raymond Berry, Ned Beatty. The Mask of Adonis, starring Robert Foxworth, Marilyn Mason, and Linda Kelsey. Devil Pack, Ronnie Cox, Van Williams, Christine Belford, and Russell Thorson. The Nomads, David Burney, Eugene Roche, David Huddleston, and Catherine Justice. A Hand for Sunny Blue, Rick Nelson, Janice Lynn, Carl Weathers, Alfred Ryder, and Paul Cavonis. And this was for right around the time of Rocky. The Force of Evil, with Loyal Bridges, William Watson, Patricia Crowley, Kirby Cullen, John Anderson, and Neve Plum. Very interesting episode, by the way. You're Not Alone, with Joanne Pennant, my old pal, Herbert Edelman, Jenny O'Hara, Patricia Smith, Gary Collins, and Patricia Manick. No Way Out, Bill Bixby, Dean Stockwell, Robert Pine, Hal England, Robert J. Hogan, Davey Davison, and Sheila Larkin. Now, 5 additional episodes entitled Someone's Out There, Remember Tomorrow, A Place of Guilt, Graves for the Living, and A Safe Return were proposed, but never produced. Now, if you want to read more about it, it's in the 1996 book, Total Television, The Comprehensive Guide to Programming from 1948 to Present. It's also in the Complete Directory to Primetime Network on Cable TV Shows by Tim Brooks and Earl Marsh in the 95 Ballantine books version. So, ladies and gentlemen, no disrespect to what they were planning, but they should have given a better time slot. I saw the Quinn Martin Tales of the Unexpected in Canada, and I really don't remember if this was added on to the syndicated version. But like I said, with the lack of usage of violence and whatever, there's only so much you can do. Half an hour you could get away with it, but a full hour, you know how the Twilight Zone hour-longs were criticized. What I think why people like followers like John Walsh of the channel have such affection with this, because there was key supporting actors of the time would be in there, and for example, somebody would play a comedic role, and this would play a horror role, but the key ones again were the Bridges family, Bixby, different, I give an example again, the Ned Beatty, of course, good in everything she did, Rick Nelson, Carl Weathers. Not too often see Carl Weathers in a what they call a horror show, so that alone is worth the admission. But the No Way Out, the time warp, he goes in the future from 52 to 77. Now he finds out his wife is happily remarried to a man who obviously cherishes her, and that his son has been a successful cardiologist who's making the same mistake he did by ignoring his own family. Sort of like the cats in the cradle type of thing. Very, very interesting episode. That's the only one I saw in the series. It did stand out because Bill Bixby can make anything seem, spooky. He's a very good actor. So that's the story of Quinn Martin's Tales of the Unexpected, which was giving a lame duck approach on TV by NBC. If you like what we're doing here with our podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.